1, 2, 1, 2. Oh yes, welcome back to Sprinter Van Conversions, everybody. Thanks again for joining. My name is Sam, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing and using for the first time the OSRAM lithium-ion 300 battery starter. In a nutshell, this is basically just a battery pack that you might think would be used to charge your phone, maybe your iPad, but obviously not your laptop because that takes too much power. But no, I'm going to be using this to be able to start the engine on our van because we've got a flat battery. Now, just before we get started, this video is not sponsored at all, but OSRAM, if you're watching this and you want to sponsor us, please get in touch. Basically what happened was, on New Year's Eve, Gabby and I went to a local forest to spend the night in the van next to the lake to celebrate the new year. And unfortunately, in the morning, I'm not sure what had happened. Maybe our split charge relay had given up or something happened and our main starter battery died. And we were stuck because, well, you can watch this footage.
We were just about to leave after our lovely stay at Bulger Azurus. We just had our breakfast, had a walk, did a little dip in the lake, and we're just about to start the van, and guess what? It didn't want to start. Not the happiest face there.
I don't know what's happened. I'm not sure if it's the split charge relay has given up and is letting by somehow and has been allowing us to discharge the van battery because the leisure batteries are quite low. They're at like 11.9, so yeah, I don't know, maybe a combination of that and the cold weather. It's -2 degrees today. Maybe the battery's just given up. I've got a spare battery at home actually, a Mercedes battery. Damn.
Shame we didn't bring it.
Damn. Oh.
I did go and ask some people if they could help us jumpstart the van. We've got all the cables and everything, but they had really new car, and so they didn't really want to. I think they had a bad experience before, and they didn't want to help us, which is fine. So I called my dad. Yet again, he's coming to rescue us. I think it was about a year ago. We got stuck in some sand or something.
Yeah, and it was just down the road from here as well, so that's really embarrassing.
And now, yeah, it's only 15 minutes from my parents' house, so lucky that we are not that far from home. So Dad's gonna bring his van and help us out.
Oi, 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 what a palaver. Really nice guy came and helped us just now, but I feel like a bit of an idiot. I can't believe this has happened. It's definitely a lesson. I'm definitely going to go ahead straight away and buy a jump pack that's big enough for this van. Don't want to be caught short like this again. Yeah, so need to go and get a jump pack. So yeah, that happened. Really annoying. And I knew that it was time for us to get a jump pack for our van. As far as I was aware, jump packs are massive things. Really heavy, really cumbersome. I've never needed one before, and thankfully, as you could tell, I carry jump leads, but I didn't want to be in the situation where if we were in a different country, we didn't speak the language, and if no one else was there, if we were out in the countryside, in the wilderness or whatever, wouldn't want to be stranded. So I went ahead and bought this. Got it from a store here in Vilnius in Lithuania, and hopefully it will do the job because I've now got a flat battery. Again, small disclaimer, I did flatten the battery just for this video. Not the smartest thing in the world, but hey, that's how much I love you guys. So if you could go ahead, give us a thumbs up, click subscribe, that would really help us out. Thanks a bunch. So in this pack, you get this, basically power bank, and it has a little torch on the front and some USBs to charge your phone and what have you if you get into trouble, and it charges with a micro USB. Also, it comes with this little thing which plugs into that battery pack, and then we've got our red and black crocodile clips for connecting to the battery. Now, batteries hate the cold weather, and just recently in Lithuania we've had temperatures down to -21, 22, 23 degrees. It's been the coldest temperatures that I've ever experienced. It's been great fun, but like I say, coldness is the enemy of batteries. hence why I wanted to get this. And actually, when the starter battery on our van went dead, it was only it was -2 degrees, so it wasn't even that cold. The last couple of days it's been really cold. Today it's a nice brisk -5 degrees Celsius, which really, it has warmed up a lot since -20 yesterday. I can't believe it. This particular starter is good for petrol engines up to 6 litres and diesel engines up to 3 litres. So our van is a 2.1 turbo diesel, so in theory this should be absolutely fine. Already one annoying thing that I can see with this starter though is that is all the cable length you get. And the jump points on a Sprinter are there and all the way over there. So that is not going to stretch the distance. So I'm going to have to expose the battery, connect it directly to the battery, and in that case it should work. I did have the thought of connecting a jump lead onto this crocodile clip and then being able to connect it at the front. So if we were in the worst case scenario and I didn't have any tools, which isn't very often, but in the worst case scenario, if I wasn't able to expose the starter battery, then I would still want to be able to use this under the bonnet. So we'll try that afterwards if the battery pack has enough charge. But for now, I'm going to expose the starter battery and get it connected up. And I thought, just to confirm with you guys quickly that the battery is dead. Okay, so now you can see that the battery is actually dead. I'm going to connect up the... Ooh, almost slipped over. Going to connect up the this little phone charging battery bank and give it a try. Really excited to see if this actually works. When I got it, I told my father-in-law and I showed it to him and he laughed. He was like, there's no way that's going to start the van. So we'll see. Okay, so here we go. Red on red and black on black. We've got a green light on there, so hopefully it will start now. Now we're connected up. Foot down on the clutch. Oh my goodness, wow. She's up and running. I'm really happy with that. That's given me a lot of confidence for traveling in the future and stuff. It's yeah, what a great little thing. I can't believe it's the size of like a phone battery charging power bank. It's absolutely incredible. I don't know how much power that's going to have drawn from it, and it was only on 75% when I actually used it just now. So let's see what it says. Oh, it still says 75%. The 3 little bars there indicate that it is indeed 75% still. I don't know how that can be. Just disconnect it. Maybe it's warm or something at least, but no, it's not warm. It's, yeah, no melted cables. These cables are only thin. But no, yeah, wow. OSRAM knocked it out the park. So small. Such a get out of jail free card. Fantastic. Unbelievable. It's just amazing how far technology has come. If you know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the old jump starter packs, they're huge. They're absolutely enormous. So to have this in something that can fit in your pocket is just, yeah, there's no reason that everyone shouldn't have one. So for that reason, I've left a link down in the description below for you guys to pick yourselves up one. Once again, the video is not sponsored at all. I've got nothing to do with OSRAM, but Amazon do give me a tiny little percentage if you do purchase the battery starter pack through my link. It really helps me out. Maybe I'm being a bit stupid, but I've left my headlights on. My plan is to flatten the battery once again and try and use it again without charging it to start the van with the flat battery. But this time I'm going to try and use a jump lead to actually use it underneath the bonnet of the van, because when I was looking for one of these lithium ion battery starters, I couldn't find any that had cables long enough to run between, well, I'll show you in the engine bay. For jump starting a Sprinter, you're meant to use that positive terminal just there, and then all the way across here, up there, on the inside of the wing, is where you're meant to connect the negative. So obviously that's way too big for these little crocodile clips. So yeah, as I may have mentioned already, my idea is to connect one of those crocodile clips to a jump lead to extend it and see if the van will start again. But first of all, I've got to flatten this battery. Okay, so that will do the job. Battery's now flat again. So I'm going to get the jump leads out and try and start it from the front of the van. And just to confirm it with you guys that the battery is flat again. Nothing. Now then, as you can see, I've got my negative jump lead here. That's connected over there to the inside of the chassis where it's meant to be. And now I'm going to connect up the battery pack to the positive and to the crocodile clip of the negative. And you know what? It's not working. Well, that's a shame. I really thought that might work, but the light isn't even coming on the device itself, the green light, like it did before. So, and I've checked and it's still got 75% battery. So I'm going to go ahead and try and crank the van anyway, see if it works. I doubt it will because that green light isn't on, but yeah, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Okay, here we go, back in the van. Let's see if it will power on. No, not at all. Okay, well, that's a shame because I really hoped that that would work. It doesn't work at all. So I'm going to go ahead and reconnect this to the battery and get the van started so it can start charging itself again. Battery pack is still saying 75%, so in theory this should work if it hasn't broken itself. Not sure what's going on because I'm still not getting a green light on there. Slightly concerning. Oh, nothing. Well, I should have quit while I was ahead. It was a stupid thing to do by trying to connect a jump lead to the starter. But yeah, it doesn't seem to be working at all now. I think I need to disconnect it, maybe give it a charge and try it again. Okay, it is a few hours later. I went inside to charge up the power bank a little bit because even though it was showing 75%, it was actually, when I plugged it in, it actually showed 50%. So I'm wondering now if I've charged it all completely up to 100%, if now, hopefully, I can start the van again. So yeah, let's try one more time and we will know definitively if this can be used in the van in the cold weather. And I'm sacking off that idea of using the jump cable now. I don't want to mess around, just want to get the van started because we are starting our 2,000 kilometre journey back home to Brighton in the UK tomorrow morning. So yeah, time to see if this will work. We are back in action, folks. You can see we've got 100% on there now. We've got a green light on this. Let's go and crank it and try and turn it on. Started, no problem. Well, what a relief that is. Super happy the van started. Now gonna let the engine run for a little while to charge itself up. Now I need to go and disconnect the power bank and call it a night. But I hope you guys found this video interesting and useful. I shouldn't have bit off more than I could chew trying that extending the cable malarkey. But yeah, happy to say that this starter is fantastic and starts the van no problem on a flat battery. So yeah, as I said before, link down in the description for Amazon if you want to buy it yourself. And in the meantime, happy vanning. And if I don't see you before, see you next time. Over and out.